play full game. Entering team select screen. The Atlanta Falcons, the home team, are selected. Ready.
It's Week 11 of the National Football League, and we'll be watching the Falcons' electric quarterback. He had a solid performance a week ago, throwing for 3 touchdowns. It's the Falcons and the Bears, and it's all up next.
The weather this time of year in the South, perfect. Fall football weather, and we've got the roof wide open here at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in the heart of Georgia. Today we've got an interesting Week 11 matchup on tap between the Chicago Bears and the Atlanta Falcons. Hello again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin along with Charles Davis. And Charles, we take a look at this Falcons team as they interplay. Now, they've lost 3 straight here, and it goes without saying, I guess, they could certainly use a win.
And how do they get a win? Because they've lost 3 straight, I think it's paramount that they get a fast, clean start to this game.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Bears, they were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that 2nd win in a row.
Entering play call screen. Kickoff middle. Kickoff left.
The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25. Well, the Falcons now get to stretch their wings on offense here, and at quarterback for them is a former 2nd overall pick who spent 4 seasons as a starter in Tennessee, Marcus Mariota.
I think his task in this game is really simple. Eliminate the turnovers. He threw 2 interceptions last week. I can't believe I led with that because he had 3 touchdown passes.
Right.
So there's a lot of good that he did, but he's got to take care of the ball better. The ball has to go to guys wearing the jerseys that they're wearing this week, not the opposition.
To throw quickly, here's Mariota. Throw left side complete. That's Patterson. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's 2nd down. Well, CD, you see some of the injuries that have popped up for this franchise, and obviously hoping to get these guys back sooner rather than later.
Yeah, and these guys, they've been hearing the mantra, next man up, since their Friday night light games in high school. It's 3 simple words, but they're absolutely perfect to use, and everyone has adopted them. Next guy up, do your best.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. To throw is Mariota. Open man is Kyle Pitts, his tight end. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And this will wind up being a 3rd and 3. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
Mariota had an 87-yard run as a rookie. This one a bit less, but it is a first down.
He's a talented runner, and that means he's always looking for bigger and bigger gains when he takes off. Certainly found some bonus yards there beyond the first down marker, and this early drive will continue with that extra jolt from his legs.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
Opening carry of the game for Cordero Patterson. And he'll be pretty well stopped in his tracks. Give him a yard up to the 42. This defense for the Bears, they were terrific a week ago in that win over Detroit.
Yeah, they only allowed 13 points, and you can poll all 32 coaches, and I guarantee you they'd say, we'll take that every single week. But let me think about that for a second. Maybe there'd be one contrarian that would say, give me 10.
On second down, a run with Patterson. And able to work about 5 yards out of this as he's taken down up near the 47.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
The Bears bring out an extra defender in the secondary now for third down. Here's Mariota. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
An early message that this secondary is going to be tested, because even though it fell incomplete, it almost felt like a warning shot to get things going.
On fourth down, Bradley Pinion on to punt for the Falcons. The speedster Dante Pettis back deep to return. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. The Chicago's offense running out, and something they hope to see for years and years to come. Second-year pro Justin Fields leading the way.
And for how good he is throwing the ball, it's his running that makes him so dangerous. He had a couple of touchdowns on the ground in last week's game for him for this one.
Entering play call, coach, on plan, there are 8 player, there are 8 categories, formation, there are play type, there are option, run, inside handoff, AHP blunt dive.
Fields and the Bears now with a 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. Starting on the ground with Herbert. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. The numbers for him from a week ago. A boatload of carries, 90 yards and a touchdown.
And while he may not verbalize it, in his mind, going up against this defense, one of the worst rush defenses in the league, he's thinking 200 plus in this game.
Run, pass, quick pass, error, Y stick.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Fields.
R1 button. R1 button. R1 button.
And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. It'll go as a loss of 3 on the sack, and it brings up third down.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
Entering play call, quick pass, there are 6 categories, you have 11, Y stick, play, run, pass, quick pass, standard pass, shotgun pass, play action pass, pass sprint, paw boot slide, paw X ghost cross.
So now following the sack, Fields and the Bears looking at third down and long.
Cross button.
Here's Fields.
R1 button.
Toward the sideline, it's complete. An athletic grab, but still well short of the first. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down. Well, able to get the completion, but unfortunately not able to get the third down conversion there on that play.
And I like how the defense approached that one. They knew where the first down marker was, and they decide whatever you want to have, you can. You're just not going to get the first down. Excellent tackling right there.
And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. And this will be down just on the other side of midfield. So for the second time in this one, we get set to see the Falcons offense. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. Starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 46. From the shotgun, it's Mariota. And complete to Drake London. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
Doesn't matter whether it's a zone coverage or a man coverage, the drag route can be effective when it's run well.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
Mariota now to throw on 1st down. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, a run with Patterson. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
Well, that play was over before it even got started. Thanks for nothing, huh? How about that? That sets up a very difficult 3rd down call now.
Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the 1st. On 3rd down, Mariota forced out to his left. The scramble good for a nice gain of 10 yards, but still 4th down.
That looked great when he first took off because, in my mind, there was room to run, and he had the marker in his sight. But I certainly didn't expect him to close so quickly, and neither did he. They got to him just in time, and now that forced him to make a decision with this 4th down call.
Now Mariota on 4th down. That'll be taken in by Demir Bird. And he is going to have a Falcons 1st down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. Both sides were holding their breath there on that 4th down play, and the offense can breathe a sigh of relief.
And both knew exactly where the 1st down markers were. You know the defense is trying to guard those sticks and try and keep people in front, but somehow, some way, those guys found a way to pick it up.
So the drive stays alive after the 4th down conversion. 1st and 10 inside the 30. Now Mariota. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd. He probably feels like he cannot get a break. He was sacked 7 times last week. And here we go again in the 1st quarter.
And we always talk about the internal clock of a quarterback in the pocket and how he has to have a real keen sense of it in order to get rid of the football. After being sacked 7 times last week, that clock has been sped up.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Another try after the 1st down sack. Mariota complete to Zacchaeus. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. Working out of the gun, Mariota. Got a man, it's Patterson, complete. And he's not going to sniff the 1st down here. He stopped at the 25. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
On 4th down, Mariota is off, and on comes Atlanta's Younghoe Koo. From the left hash, it's a 42-yard attempt. Koo knocks this one through the post. And the Falcons are out to a 3-0 advantage. Well, both teams kind of feeling each other out here. Now after 3 drives, we have a score with that field goal.
Yeah, they're still waiting for their breakout drive to come to them, all right? They're using the playbook well. They're looking for that extra section that says touchdowns instead of field goals. But they'll take the 3 for now and try and get set up for more later.
Koo just hit the field goal. Now he kicks off. Fielded just outside the goal line. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. Chicago works their way back onto the field here for their second drive of the game. And a 3-and-out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out in a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive.
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
They'll start by running the option to the right. Oh, what a move. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. A quick first down pickup. Good start after going 3-and-out on their opening drive. And this, it's certainly something to watch out for. He is not afraid to call his own number on plays like that, and here he takes it for good yardage.
And we know this defense prepared all week for this, but sometimes when you see it in person, it's a whole different ball game, and all that preparation, it goes right out the window.
Entering play call, auction, red auction, play type, RPO, auction, run. Inside hand, AHD, zone weak.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. On 1st and 10, it's Herbert. He'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4. Second down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning it a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. On 2nd down, a run with Herbert. And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. It'll only be a gain of a yard, and it sets up a 3rd down and 4 now. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Auction, red auction.
5 men in the secondary now for the Falcons on 3rd down. And they'll try and run the option to pick it up. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 8 categories. You have 12 options. Not selected.
4th down, so they send out Trenton Gill. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. So here are the Falcons to take over on offense. They are trying to snap that 3-game losing streak on top so far with the football here, 1st and 10.
There are 6 categories.
Mariota now. And he'll complete this one to Patterson. And he'll be out of bounds at the 25-yard line. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's 3rd down. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
The sack backs him up, so now Mariota in Atlanta dealing with a 3rd and long. They'll set up a throw. And this pass broken up.
Entering play
the
call,
contact
coach
well timed
suggestions.
there,
Are 6
and now 4th down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
So on now is the Clemson man, Bradley Pinion, to punt this one away. On the return is Pettis. It'll be a 41-yard punt, give them 5 on the return. And the Bears take over. The Chicago offense set to get started. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now.
Categories: RPO, box, run, pass, quick pass, there, Hail Mary, quick pass, Y stick.
Back to throw, Fields. That's complete right side to Kmet. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made it a nice, easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he could break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Fields caught here by Griffin. First catch for him on the afternoon, and it results in a 1st down. The start for them near flawless. Defense gets them a 3 and out. 2 quick pass connections on offense.
So that's how a team works together. Just what you described. Give them the ball, give them a little momentum, and they're capitalizing off of that. Thanks a lot, guys.
11 options, quick slants is selected. Cross button. Circle
Now
button.
1st down throw, Fields. Try to drop one in, but it's incomplete.
Anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try to hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time, they were up to the challenge.
Pass. Quick pass. Y stick.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Again, Fields. And this is taken in by Darnell Mooney. And they'll be stopped right at the 30. On a play that started back at the 15, they pick up 15.
You always worry about those smaller receivers running through that gnarly patch of land in the middle of the field. But he did a really nice job there holding on to the football and protected himself as best he could while completing the play.
Entering play call, play, run. Inside handoff, AHD, zone read.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. A handoff for Herbert. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 11 more on that one and another first down.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and putting the defense back on its heels.
Entering play call, inside handoff, there are 7 cat, AHB blunt dive, zone weak.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Herbert once more. A solid run on first down, gain of 7, leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Pretty effective run there, and now they can start to smell that end zone.
Pound the rock. Make sure you use your O-line to set the tone of dominance and physicality, and pound the rock.
AHD blunt dive, zone weak.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Here's a give to Herbert. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. That leads us to a 1st and goal. It's a pickup of 8.
Entering play call, inside handoff, there are 7 categories, you have 50 options, 24 zone opens, AHB blunt dive, zone weak.
Three 0 after 1 on EA Sports. The Bears with the football. We get set to begin quarter number 2 as they go to work on a 1st and goal. Herbert is going to go backwards. He'll lose yardage back to the 5. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
There are 7 categories. You have 50 options. 24 zone open selected. Play type option. Option. Red option.
Back at the 5-yard line now. 2nd and goal. Fields going to hold on to it. And he goes backwards on this one. Losing yardage to the 7. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play. So now 3rd down coming up.
But that play never really got off the launching pad. He had a linebacker in his face before he had a chance to do much of anything.
Yeah, I think it's big boys up front, that offensive line. They got to do a little bit better job of protecting it if they're going to continue to run the option like this.
You have 6 options. Shovel option is selected. Play type, RPO, option, run, pass. With Y stick.
And now can they reverse the trend on 3rd and goal with the last 2 plays having gone backwards?
Cross button.
Now Fields.
R1 button.
Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. Chase Claypool, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Bears have moved out in front. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
And this is no good. He missed it. Not a good start here in the kicking department, as this remains a 6-3 score.
Entering play call, special teams. You have 6 options. Kickoff left is selected.
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And Williams going to sit on this one. It'll be a touchback. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And it's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
1st and 10 now for the Falcons, and Mariota at their 25-yard line. Now Mariota. He finds his man, complete. It's Patterson. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Give to Patterson, running to the right. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
The Falcons on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Mariota. He finds his man, complete. That's Patterson. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. So that'll go as a 4-yard loss on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down.
We could see that play develop, and they were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. But no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get better and better in the NFL. Pretty nice example there of those guys being able to run from their assignments and finish off that play.
On now to punt. Here's Bradley Pinion. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Here comes Pettis on the return. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and they will take over 1st and 10. So here are the Bears to take over on offense. Last week, good result. They were able to beat the Detroit Lions, and now they are on the good side of the scoreboard right now as well. Fields and the Bears now with a 1st and 10 at the 34. Here's Fields. He'll get that complete to his tight end, Komet. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
I'm wondering if the same thing went through your mind as mine. When I see a big man like that make a catch, all I keep thinking to myself is, big man with football. Look out, everyone. He may not juke you a whole lot, right? He may not run past you because of his size. You're talking about a guy weighing in the 270 range. But, boy, once he gets his mitts on the ball, he's going to be tough to bring down.
This is Herbert. And he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5.
It's not a huge breakaway run. Your starting running back finishes the game with averages of 5 or 6 yards per touch. You'll take that every single time.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. On third down, Herbert. It's a pretty strong running there as he'll take this across the 50 and down to the 44. 49 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And in the next breath, they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up first downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we?
Important to do, especially early in the game like they have.
Call, inside handoff. There are 7 categories. You have 50 AHD blunt dive. Play type option. Option. Red option.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10.
It'll be a pickup of 5 on the keeper and 2nd down.
A little do-it-yourself run right there and a nice gain.
And I like that he knew that that was about all he was going to get. So he did a nice job of protecting himself, took care of the football, took what the defense gave him. If they continue to allow him to do that, they'll find their way taking what they can all the way to the end zone.
5 yards remain on 2nd down. To throw his Fields.
Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack.
Multiple defenders there to drop him for a loss of 4. I think that time he just maybe held on to it a little too long, CD, because after a couple of seconds in this league, you know those defenders are coming.
And how many times do we talk about complementary football? We usually talk about does the offense help the defense? Does the defense help the offense? I think in this case, does the quarterback help out his offensive line? You only have a certain amount of time to get rid of the football. They can only do so much. On this play, he took them to the limits.
The first down line at the 34 here on 3rd down.
Circle button.
Now it's Fields.
Triangle button. Triangle button.
And that is incomplete.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
You had 12 options. Conta selected.
And here's Trenton Gill now.
And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. And he'll get credit for putting him inside the 20 as the fair catch is made right at about the 19-yard line. So that'll be marked down as a 19-yard punt.
And it will be Falcon football.
Entering play call. Coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
First and 10 now for the Falcons, and Mariota
at their own 20-yard line.
Beginning on the ground with Patterson.
And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
If you're a coach, you'll absolutely take that run every time on 1st down because it really sets you up to go in a number of directions here on 2nd.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Throwing is Mariota. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll slide to a halt here. Still a little shy of the first down marker. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down.
The plan was clearly to challenge them by sending a blitz on second down, but even the extra guys couldn't catch him in the backfield, though. He doesn't scramble for a first, but he does get the last laugh by evading the blitz and getting beyond the line of scrimmage.
Algier will try to pick it up.
And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. Not at all what they envisioned on third down. 3 yards in the wrong direction.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result. Negative yardage.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
Now here's Bradley Pinion now.
Fielded at the 33.
And that'll be a return of 12 following a very nice punt. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. We switch the attention now to Khalil Herbert as this offense comes out for their next drive.
He's over 40 yards here in the second quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable, and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here, because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
And now he's looking just to add to his totals.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields.
R1 button.
He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears.
Chase Claypool
with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year.
And the Bears are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, 2nd year in the NFL. And I don't know if last year as a rookie, if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes, because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that, so he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the 2nd-year quarterback.
Quick pass. Y-stick.
Matt Eberflus is going to keep his offense on the field. They're going for 2. Fields trying to throw for it.
And he's got it. So the try for 2 successful. And that bumps their lead up even further. So they elect to pass there on the 2-point try. Sometimes can prove risky. There it worked out.
Yeah, and I love how you bring up that it can prove risky, because if you get it intercepted and they return it, that's 2 points for the defense, but not on that play.
Entering play call, special teams. You have 6 options. Kickoff left is selected.
Cairo Santos to kick off for Chicago.
Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away.
A fairly short kick from the 14. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape up past the 30.
Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here.
They trail now 14-3, an 11-point deficit as they start things out with a 1st and 10. Now Patterson to start the drive.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at them and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all. Challenging that defense, and on that go-around, the offense won the challenge.
Suggestions. There are 6 categories.
On
first down going back to Patterson. And he'll take this ahead for about
Entering
4. Second down coming up.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Mariota. Throw over the middle, going to be caught here by Pitts. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears 40. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. To throw is Mariota. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Mike Pennell able to take him down. It's a loss of 3.
If you rank 1 from the bottom in statistics, that's usually not good in this league. And this team, 1 from the bottom in sacks, but somehow they've got 3 in this game. What's going on?
I know, they're 31 and 32. They better be careful, or they're going to be top 30 in the league.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
Go get him now.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Patterson running between the tackles. 3 yards on the pickup there, but they've only got it back to 3rd and 10.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
The Falcons on 3rd down. It's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. From the shotgun, it's Mariota. And a throw there going to be incomplete. Brings up 4th down. Solid coverage by the Bears D.
That was well defended. They clamped down on every available receiver. Just got to give the win to the defense on that snap.
Categories.
So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. This will be from 56 yards out. And this one will not get there. It's off to the left anyway. It's no good, and they will remain 2 scores down as the difference holds at 11.
And anytime you see a kicker trot out to try one from 56 yards, you know everything's got to come off perfectly for it to have a chance. If the laces aren't quite right, if he doesn't hit the fat part of the ball just right, it's unlikely to go through, and that one winds up no good.
Entering play call, run. Inside, AHP blood dive. Zone weak.
So the missed 56-yarder, and now the flip side. Good starting field position at the 46 near midfield. Now Herbert to start the drive. And he's over midfield and into Falcon territory. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings us 2nd and 5.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
Another carry for Herbert on 2nd down. He doesn't find a ton of space following the display of quick feet down just inside the 45. They give him about 4 on the play, but he's marked short, so it'll be third and about the length of the football. They'll go again with Herbert. By the skin of their teeth, they are able to convert on 3rd and inches.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, so if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
There are 6 cap stick.
On first down, it's Fields.
And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. Off play action, Fields. That's complete to his running back, Herbert. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5.
And they'll use him out in the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago, there's another one right there.
Entering play call, Osprint HB, Patusin. Osprint HB, Flood. Pa Expos Cross.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. A play fake, now Fields to throw. That's going to be caught along the sideline, and what a job of keeping his feet in bounds. They say that's a catch. That's a 3rd down conversion of 24 yards there. Nice play.
Well, things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick it down, any down, even 3rd down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
Entering play call, play action pass, play type, run. Counter, AHD counter, pitch. Outside hand, inside hand, AH, zone weak.
Plenty of shouts from this crowd as they watch the replay. They want a challenge, and they're going to get one. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call.
Entering play call in AHD blunt, zone weak.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field stands.
So not successful there on the challenge, and he'll have to be careful from here on out because he'll only have 1 challenge remaining. Here's Herbert.
R1 button.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Now Herbert. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago.
Khalil Herbert with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year,
as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. So 3 drives, 3 touchdowns, and they're a PAT from going up 21-3.
And there's no doubt in my mind, you're liking what you're seeing so far, aren't you?
It's been unbelievable. Like a well-oiled machine, if you will.
What's really tough, though, that defense, they're leaping the shadows at this point. They don't know which way to go. They're being hit in every direction, and they have no answers thus far.
Santos now to add the PAT.
Selected.
And he atones for his miss the first time around, as this one is up and good to extend their lead. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And in the end, it's capped off by a 7-yard run.
Santos kicking off for Chicago.
Now, after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And Williams going to sit on this one. It'll be a touchback. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And this, let's face it, an important drive if they're going to get back into this ballgame.
Think about going into the locker room down 21-10 as opposed to 21-3. 21-10, a little more optimism, a little more bounce around the locker room, a little more discussion about how they're going to finish this thing off. 21-3, I think discouragement clouds that locker room.
Yeah, and I think a touchdown much bigger than a field goal on this drive just to get into the end zone and get that momentum. A first down throw for Mariota. And caught by London. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Mariota to throw it.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Bears are going to take possession of the football. Boy, we've seen a lot of mistakes here in this first half, and another there on the interception.
Yeah, they're certainly starting to pile up, aren't they? Because, let's face it, we expect a miscue here and there, but they're already down 3 scores and still giving the ball away. If they want to get back into this one, they've got to take care of the ball, because right now the way they're playing doesn't say a whole lot for their chances.
And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field.
Entering play call.
And they start
option.
In the best of all
Run.
positions. 1st and goal.
Inside hand. HD blink dive. Zone weak.
A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. They'll run here with Herbert. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Khalil Herbert with his 2nd touchdown. Continue to pull away here in this first half. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. I get some more. And it'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
There are 8 categories.
Now the point after try for Santos. And oh, it's no good. For the 2nd time now in this first half, he's missed an extra point.
Entering play call, special teams. You have 6 options. Kickoff left is selected.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And Williams going to sit on this one. It'll be a touchback. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive in particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, and some guys, they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes and get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
So the completion results there in 9 yards, and they'll have a 2nd and 1 forthcoming.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch.
We have 18 options, cover 1 wholly selected.
He finds his man, complete. It's Patterson. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. The loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long.
Well, his completion percentage continues to rise with that one, but sometimes you want your completion percentage to go down. Maybe you should have thought about throwing that one away.
I was just going to say, it is easier said than done, but that's where you maybe bury it at his feet, make sure he doesn't catch it.
Great call right there. Put it near the receiver, no grounding, nothing like that, but no one gets a chance to pick it off either.
So now they operate back from their side of the field here, 2nd and long. Again, it's Mariota. Looking there for Pitts, but intercepted. Picked off by Jaquan Brisker, and the Bears are going to take possession of the football.
Partner, I think this one went awry very simply because he overestimated his arm strength and his ability to fit it anywhere he wants to. A lot of quarterbacks do that and often pay the price.
We switch the attention now to Khalil Herbert as this offense comes out for their next drive. He's in his zone, 2nd quarter, already closing in on a 100-yard game.
And that's the magic number for a running back. Anytime you get to that triple digits, that's all you're looking for. But he's got a chance to really exceed that in this one.
Yeah, he does. That's been the gold standard for a long time, hasn't it, that 100-yard mark?
It really has, and that never has to shift because it's in a game. It's a 1,000-yard mark. I'm wondering, since we've gone from 12 to 14 to 16 games, maybe we need to up that a little.
They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
That's what I'd like to see out of this defense. A little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them. They did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
Standard pass, shotgun pass, play action pass, cross sprint HD, covered slide, X post cross.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. One play action, Fields. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. They'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down. So, Charles, no turnovers yet for this offense, but those sacks now, they're starting to pile up.
And one thing usually leads to another because they've got to figure out how the offensive line and everyone else involved in protection can keep their quarterback upright and allow him a chance to throw the ball downfield.
Quick pass. Hail Mary. Goal post. Hail Mary. Goal post.
So now following the sack, Fields and the Bears looking at 3rd down and long.
Triangle
the
button.
Final shot before
Triangle
the break.
Button.
Fields.
Triangle button. Cross button.
He's going to throw one up for the end zone.
Triangle button.
And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. So we reach halftime with the visiting Bears out on top here. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Things starting to get interesting in this final weekend before Thanksgiving. So let's see what's going on around the NFL. We begin with a couple of teams who have been down on their luck the last few years. Detroit and the New York Giants from MetLife Stadium. And it's the Lions who are out in front as they play the 2nd quarter. Jared Goff has thrown a touchdown pass. From there, let's get down to Baltimore to check in on the Ravens at home at M&T Bank Stadium. And they've got the lead in their ball game over the visiting Carolina Panthers. Devin Duvernay a touchdown reception. Finally, let's get up to the place they call Titletown, Green Bay, Wisconsin, to see what's happening with the Packers. And they were losers in that one as they fall to the visiting Tennessee Titans. Robert Woods leading the way with 3 touchdown catches. Moving on, let's take a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Bears. And a big reason why they have this big lead, the running catalyst for this offense. Meanwhile, for the Falcons, there's a look at what they were able to do throwing the football. And they'll need to get things in gear as they trail here at the break.
Entering gauntlet. Throw it medium. Defend short pass. Defend medium pass.
All right, Coach, thank you very much as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. Set to resume. Here we go with the second half. The Bears holding the lead and ready to receive the kick. Fielded just outside the goal line. And good coverage there on special teams as he'll get him down shy of the 20. So here's the Bears offense now as they get set to start this third quarter.
Entering play call. Run. FD run. There are 7 cat. QB run. Inside handoff. AHD blunt die. Zone weak.
Fields and the Bears now with a 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. Starting on the ground with Herbert. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Pass. Quick pass. Error. Y stick.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Fields now to throw. Quick slant finding Claypool. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a 3rd here, and it's good for a 1st.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Fields. Claypool with another catch. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. And he's certainly been a huge factor in this when he's got the 2 touchdowns to his credit. Now they look to him again. He picks up the 1st.
Yeah, I can hear everyone saying, well, why don't you cover him, double him, triple him, do what you have to do. But sometimes they get locked into such a groove and such a connection, it doesn't matter how many guys are in his area.
He certainly looks to be in that groove right now. On 1st down, Fields. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and of course, foot dragging.
Little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
Entering play call, Y stick.
To the air again, Fields.
Square button.
Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets, because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Back to throw, Fields. Completion here to Claypool. And he's going to be taken down right at the 10-yard line.
I can't help but chuckle a little bit because at this point, it can't be a surprise to anyone in the building who's going to get the ball. They just keep feeding him over and over, and he just keeps on delivering.
Entering plate, Weistick.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10.
R1 button.
Here's Fields.
R1 button. Square button. R1 button.
And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. Danny Shelton muscles his way in for the sack.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead. And thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
Plate, option, run, pass. Quick, Y-stick.
Well, this has been a good march down the field, but now they're stuck looking at a 2nd and 14. Another try after the first down sack. Fields over the middle. That's caught by Claypool. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
That's a good bounce-back play right there after taking a sack on 1st down. Didn't quite get it to the marker, but now they're in a much better spot for a 3rd and short yardage call. If you're the offensive coordinator, you like looking at that section a heck of a lot better than trying to figure out 3rd and long.
Play number 9 set to come here on the drive on 3rd and 2. Now Fields. And he's got Mooney in the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. 2 yards on the touchdown there. And the Bears take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. A familiar refrain, a turnover leads to a touchdown, and that lead grows even wider now here in this 3rd quarter.
Yeah, partner, I'd say there are a lot of grins breaking out on that sideline because, let's face it, they came in thinking they were in for a real one-sided, as we've seen in a while. In addition, if you're a backup, time to start stretching and loosening up. You may get some playing time in this one.
Categories, player, formation, there are 8, play type, run, pass, quick, Y-stick.
Matt Eberflus is going to keep his offense on the field. They're going for 2. They'll look to throw. And this is going to be caught. Not sure about the need to go for 2, but they get it and extend this lead out even further.
I guess when you're hot, you're hot. I mean, I would just go ahead and take the extra point and move on, but apparently they've got something to prove. Almost feels like something was said this week, and they wanted to make sure that they laid it on them in this game.
Entering play call, special teams. You have 6 options. Kickoff left is selected.
Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. A fairly short kick from the 14. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Here comes the Falcons offense. It's their first possession of the 2nd half now. CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the 2nd half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is nearly impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one. Not sure what happened there, but he just didn't get the right read on the coverage that time. Pass wasn't where it needed to be, and that'll send them back to the drawing board.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Now Mariota. And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here.
Just what they need, a lecture from me, but subpar offense is what helped get them into this spot. And now they're continuing the trend with incompletions. That won't get them out of it if they don't change something soon.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Jaquan Brisker. And the Bears are going to take possession of the football. Well, to be blunt, not a whole lot has gone right for this defense in this ball game, but that's something right there. Still in the 3rd quarter, it would take something around miracle territory for a comeback, but maybe that's a start, Charles.
It certainly is, and they're definitely showing that there's some fight still left in them. Hasn't been a banner day, but they're trying their best to put that disappointment behind them and find ways to make plays.
Here comes Justin Fields and the rest of the Bears offense. Last drive, surgeon-like, dare I say, 7 for 7. That'll help your QB rating.
It will indeed, won't it? Can you figure out QB rating? Can you do it? Can you do the formula?
No, I just know the higher the number, the better.
Yeah, that's what I've been told,
too. That's what I know.
I know that in the NFL, 158.3 is the number they're all trying to get to. I think he was that on that last drive.
On 1st and 10, it's Herbert. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Sometimes I forget how much information he has to go through before the ball's even snapped. But what a diagnosis right there. Saw the play, shot through the gap like a rocket, and ends up spilling it for a loss.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Play action. It's Fields.
R1 button.
Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he gets us down inside the 35 before going out of bounds.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And for the Falcons, 5 men in the secondary, now on 3rd. On 3rd, here's an option play right.
Square button.
And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Well, I tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react, even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL. They're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh my goodness, he's running with the ball. He may be 8, 10, 12 yards downfield at that point.
RPO, option, run, in zone weak.
They'll run. It's Herbert. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pick up a 3.
That's good power football on 1st and goal. A lot of teams will throw from there. But that's a nice job to chew up a few more yards and get yourself closer to the goal line.
Run, pass, special, RPO, option. Option. You have 6 options. Shovel option. Red option.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal.
Cross button.
Fields going to hold on to it. Trying to run inside, but nothing there.
Entering play
call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Well, for that being an option play, there really weren't too many options available for him, were there?
No, there weren't, and at least he was able to get back to the line of scrimmage, so they didn't lose anything, but you're exactly right. Nowhere to go.
Ball at the 6, 3rd and goal. Fields going to keep it once more. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
You know what? I know it's 4th down and they've got a big lead, but go for it.
Yeah, and why not, right? Because they have the big lead. But don't you have to have a little bit of admiration for these guys on the defensive side of the ball? They've been shoved around this entire game, and they're making a nice goal line stand here. It would be fun to see them stop them on 4th down, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it's like putting whipped cream on broccoli at this point.
So what you're saying is they're going to go for it on 4th down. They're going to get it, aren't they?
I would. They snap it to Fields. Yeah, he's got Mooney in the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. Darnell Mooney, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Bears' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Boy, he has been fun to watch throwing the football in this one. It's certainly not fun for that defense, though, Charles. Now up to 4 touchdown passes in this ball game.
Yeah, we're supposed to be neutral, but I'm feeling their pain right now because he has absolutely carved up the secondary. A clinic on how to attack the defense and take them out of the game.
Santos now to add the PAT. Now, these have been no picnic for him so far. He's missed 2, but this one is good. So that drives 7 plays in length.
And finishing it all off was Darnell Mooney with a touchdown reception.
Entering play call, special teams. You have 6 options. Kickoff left is selected.
Carlos Santos to kick off for Chicago.
Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away.
And Williams going to sit on this one. It'll be a touchback.
Here comes the Falcon offense now as they get set to take over here.
Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles. But I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
Working out of the gun, Mariota. Throw out right, taken in by Patterson. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They'll run with Patterson. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
They'll get a couple yards on that one, and that's going to make it 4th down.
It's interesting going into this game. There was so much talk from both sides about who would control the line of scrimmage. I think we've seen who has it in this one so far.
Well, they bottled him up. He's barely averaging over 3 yards a carry right now.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
Here's Bradley Pinion now, as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Fielded at about the 28. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And that will come the offense as they take over.
The Notre Dame man, Chase Claypool, in this offense, ready for their upcoming possession.
And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this, but it's usually not by himself, is it?
Right.
Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard.
7 categories.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
Play type, option, run, pass. Quick pass, Y stick.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Circle button. Cross button.
Here's Fields.
R1 button.
Keeps himself
R1
upright.
button. R1 button. Cross button.
Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack.
Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him.
And this dominant defensive performance continues on that play. This poor quarterback has not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
Pass. Quick standard pass. Shotgun pass. Mesh spot. Slants. Curl combo. Shallow cross. Curl combo.
So now following the sack, Fields and the Bears looking at 3rd down and long.
Cross button.
Now it's Fields.
R1 button. Cross button.
Now this will be caught by Mooney. And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
Entering play call. Mesh spot. Slants. Sail. 4 verticals. Square
On
button.
1st and 10,
Circle
here's
button.
Fields.
Cross button.
Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice shot there, keeping his hose in bounds. They should have got more out of that, though. He was wide open.
I love how emphatic you are with that call because that's
Entering
exactly what I
play
was
call.
thinking.
Mesh
Wide
spot.
open in the flat.
Jet
Give him a ball
angle.
that he can use to
Vertical
get upfield
Y
with,
shape.
not just catch and go over the
Jet
sideline.
angle.
They cost themselves some yardage there.
R1 button.
From just shy of
Cross
midfield.
button.
Fields.
Cross button.
That's complete to Mooney. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
To win any route, you've got to break down the defender, and that's exactly what happened here on this really nicely
Entering
executed
play
curl
call.
route.
Shot. Mesh spot. Slants. Sail. 4 verticals. Triangle
Fields
button.
on 1st down.
Circle button. Square button.
Able to hit his
Button.
target, Claypool.
And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. An excellent pickup of 20 yards.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
Entering play call. Shotgun pass. There are 6 categories. Play type. Run. Pitch. There are 7 categories. Outside. Inside handoff. A. Zone weak.
A handoff for Herbert.
R2 button.
And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago.
Khalil Herbert.
22 yards.
And the Bears get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. Well, on the other sideline right now, it's just absolute dejection. But, Charles, let's focus on the positive. With the lead that they've built here, they've done pretty much everything to perfection in this ball game.
They certainly have. Makes me think that their week of preparation was excellent. And they flowed into this game, and it carried over. And right now, I don't expect them to back off at all. They're playing so well, they just want to keep it going.
Option, run, pass. Quick pass, Y-stick.
Matt Eberflus going to keep his offense on the field. They're going for 2. Fields trying to throw for it. And he's got it. They add on more. A little salt in the wound. 2-point conversion makes this lead even bigger.
Personally, I'd rather see him kick the extra point there than to go for 2, but it almost feels like there's a story within the story here. I mean, this isn't college. You know, size of victory, that matters in those games. Here, all you have to do is win by 1 point. That's all that you need. Instead, they go for it, get 2. You got some pretty ticked off folks on the other sideline now.
Carlos Santos kicking off for Chicago.
Now, after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away.
And Williams going to sit on this one. It'll be a touchback. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
A first down throw for Mariota. That's going to be complete on the sideline, but that throw left him no room to run, and the good footwork nearly all for naught. They'll give him 4 yards there, and it's second down.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. What I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
On second down, a run with Patterson.
It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with third down now looming.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on third down.
Third down, here's Patterson.
And he is going to get the first down as he covers up after a pretty good shot there.
I like his focus there because he wasn't thinking about breaking that one big. All he thought about was, I need 1. Let's go get that. Ended up picking up 2.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Throwing, Mariota. And his throw here's incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes. But the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw is Mariota. They're unable to connect, but a late flag comes in. And the contact may have come too early.
Well, CD, that helps the home team as they try to erase this deficit. Give them the penalty for pass interference on the defense.
Yeah, and they certainly haven't been happy with what they've seen so far, have they? They're certainly hoping that that call now might get the fans back into this one.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10.
They'll give it to Patterson.
And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line.
46 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
I think we can safely say that those types of players are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
On On second, here's Algier.
And he takes it down to the 40 with a pickup of 4. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile.
And he is going to have a Falcons first down, maybe by about a yard as they find a way to convert on 3rd and inches.
3rd and inches, they just hand it to the big battering ram there. That's football 101, isn't it? That's bread and butter. Turn around and hand it to the big fella and let him get forward for a first down.
They'll try to throw now. Mariota to the sideline. Wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it, but he is able to keep the feet in bounds. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair.
Line of scrimmage, the 24. This is 2nd and 6.
Mariota to throw it. And that's going to be too high. Out of bounds and incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
So they need 6 yards here on 3rd down. They're 2 for 2 on 3rd down tries so far on this drive. Mariota. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. And the defense coming through on 3rd down. A loss of 7 to bring up 4th.
But when this game is done, the credit will go to the consistent pressure on the quarterback as a huge cause of this win. Most teams are happy if they get a few of these games per year. You know they're going to watch this tape over and over, try to identify what's working and keep it going.
So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's a 58-yard attempt.
Personal foul. Roughing the kicker. Defense.
Okay, so the personal foul penalty. And those are some important yards lost right there.
Yeah, it all comes down to discipline, doesn't it? And every team tells us that they coach it, they preach it. In this case, it slipped a little bit.
Categories.
A lack of discipline defensively on 4th down, and now that leads to a 1st and 10. To throw Mariota. And he'll complete this one to Patterson.
And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
Straight ahead, Patterson.
And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line.
52 yards rushing for him in the ball game now on 14 carries.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
From the red zone now, Mariota. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Dane Cruikshank.
And the Bears are going to have it here at their own 15. Another great play defensively. They've been sharp on both sides of the ball, Charles, but that interception means that this defense very well keep them down to single digits on the scoreboard in this game.
And that's certainly something to smile about, isn't it, partner, if you're on defense? Because Your goal every game is to pitch a shutout, but you and I both know that's pretty unrealistic. But to hold a team below double figures in a game, in an NFL game, that's certainly something to take pride in.
Run. Inside handoff, AHD blunt dive, zone weak.
Fields and the Bears now with a 1st and 10
at their own 15. They'll start this drive out on the ground.
And he'll get what he can up the middle. 3 yards. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Brandon, I got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
RPO red bubble. RPO red bubble. Play type, special, RPO, option, run, option, red option.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Cross button.
Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Entering play call, red option, shovel option. Red option, shovel option, red option.
Second down, here's an option right. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
RPO, option, run, pass.
So 7 yards from the 1st down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
Circle button.
Throwing on 3rd down, Fields.
Cross button. R1 button.
And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes.
Multiple defenders get to him there, and that is the 6th time he's been sacked in this ballgame. I don't know what else can be said about this pass rush. They have been sensational. CD, that is now 6 sacks for them.
And how many times do we talk to offensive coordinators and they say a sack is a result of everyone on offense not doing their job? But let's be honest about this one. This is the offensive line unable to counter the pass rush. They've been teeing off all game long.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And now a fair catch called for and taken just outside the 40-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
Try to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw.
Got London on a slant.
Entering
and he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. Now, this is certainly one of the bigger losses that we are going to see for quite some time. And you have to think at this point where we're at in the 4th quarter with how wide this advantage is. For this offense, they're just trying to end things with a positive drive and then get the heck out of here.
Yeah, if this had been a concert, you would have heard plenty of sour notes in this one. But they certainly don't want to end it on one. They want to put together a few more throws like that and at least have a final drive to give them a little bit more hope as they move forward. And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. Mariota.
He's got Patterson on the out route.
And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 32-yard line. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
Well, a touchdown here on this drive, it wouldn't really put much of a dent in the score, the deficit right now, but as you mentioned in the past, CD, their coach is probably just hoping to see something executed correctly on this drive before we close out the ball game.
Yeah, and I think that every guy who's on the field has to feel exactly the same way, because if not, they might be looking for replacements. Treat every drive as if it's your last and make it a successful one in some small way.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
Throwing again on second down. Mariota.
He's got his pass-catching tight end. That's Pitts.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
Mariota on first down. Looking left side, and it's complete.
Entering play call,
and able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. 17 yards is the pickup there for number 17.
Well, he's had the interception woes in this one, Charles, and that time a little bold to throw it into double coverage, but he beat the double coverage.
Yeah, but I admire that he still will challenge defenders downfield, even though the ball's been in jeopardy a few times in this game. A nice ball there against multiple defenders, and they advance it downfield.
Flushed out, and he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown! Marcus Mariota. A 5-yard touchdown run. And the Falcons are finally into the end zone here in this fourth quarter.
And CD, they just haven't had a whole lot to cheer about here, but it may be cliche, but give them credit for this. They've continued to fight and scratch and claw, and they get the touchdown here in the fourth quarter.
And I'm okay with that cliche, all right? Maybe it'll alleviate the sting a little bit, because at least they can look in the mirror and realize they fought all the way through. Horrible game for them, not one they'll want to remember, but at least they'll keep their heads up and have some pride when they leave this stadium.
Entering play call, special teams. You have 6 options. Return left is selected.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive.
We find ourselves here in the midst of a one-sided affair. A lot of fill time down the stretch, Mr. Davis.
So we could talk about food, because that is something that you and I both enjoy.
We share that.
We enjoy our time at the table. So maybe the best steakhouses in the city, but in all seriousness, the performances that we've seen this year, we've seen a bunch of great ones, and it's going to be hard to parse who's going to win the MVP.
Yeah, it really is.
Is it going to be a runner? Is it going to be a thrower? Can a defender finally win it this season? Those are the things that we could probably discuss.
And collectively, this is about as dominant of a performance as you could have hoped for on both sides of the football.
Might have to put it #1 for what we've seen this season.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Herbert once more. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they've got it going today.
Mesh spot, slants.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11.
Cross button.
Fields now to throw.
Cross button.
And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. Well, up big here in the 4th quarter, up really big. That pass and incompletion, I don't think they needed the completion, but Charles, this is an offense right now that they're just having fun. They're clicking on all cylinders.
Yeah, you're right. They didn't need a completion. They certainly don't need any more points, but they're not going to turn them down. They're going to continue to run what they have in their playbook, and they still want to run it efficiently.
Cross button.
Now Fields.
Square button. R1 button. Cross button.
Caught here by Griffin. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40. It'll be a gain of 5, and it'll be 4th down.
If anyone ever has any doubt that tight ends are primary targets nowadays, just watch this play. He's back in the pocket, finds his guy, and they get a nice gain out of it.
Yeah, simple little completion out into the flat. And here's a very low line drive, almost whiffed on it. And this will be down by a member of the kicking team just outside of the 30-yard line. And here now come the Falcons. And you see a lot of frustrated faces as they are inching closer to a 4th straight loss.
Suggestions. There are 6 categories.
First and 10 now for the Falcons, and Mariota at the 31-yard line. Mariota now. Going up top, and he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
Line of scrimmage, the 31, as they line up 2nd and 10. Now Mariota. Looking left sideline, incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Now Mariota. This one left side caught by Patterson. That's going to bring up 4th down, only a gain of 2 there.
Partner, I think that completion takes the definition of dink and dunk to a different level, doesn't it?
It does, and the defense was right there, kind of played into their hands.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
Here's Bradley Pena now, as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. On the return is Pettis. That'll be a 41-yard punt, 4 yards there on the return, and the Bears take over. The Chicago offense set to get started. And, Charles, we are in the midst of a very one-sided affair. I think this is where you and I have to fill a little bit. You want to regale us with old stories of your childhood in New Paltz, New York?
I don't think anyone wants to hear that, but this is a perfect time for us to start listing MVP candidates, right? The best teams we've seen so far this year, the best games that we've called thus far, how we anticipate the season unfolding. We can go in so many different directions because the game certainly not taking us there.
Oh, I hear the remote's clicking off right now. 2 yards the loss, second and 12. This defense starting to buckle down when they need to, and right now they're winning this fourth quarter, losing the game, but they're winning in the fourth quarter.
And what a fine line it is about what they're trying to get done, because they're down, so they obviously need the football, need a score, but they can't be so aggressive as to give up their edge, their gaps, and have the offense hit them with a big play.
Another carry for Herbert on second down. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead, positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Play hike, there, option, run, pass. Quick pass, there, Y stick. Double slant.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first.
Cross button.
To throw is Fields.
Triangle button.
Open man is Kmet, the tight end. And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And that's going to bring up a fourth down.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get into that big frame and hope he can scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
Here comes the Bears punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And they will take over first and 10. Atlanta regains possession of the football. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Second down and 3. Throwing is Mariota. Zacchaeus here hauling it in. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
So from the 36 now, first and 10. Here's Mariota. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
It hasn't been the cleanest game for him, but there was a sign of improvement as he looks towards the next one. Nice bit of scrambling to move the sticks, and even more importantly, he didn't risk adding another interception to his ledger.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
So into Bear territory now. This is first and 10 at the 48-yard line. They'll look to throw. And my goodness, another interception. Eddie Jackson picks it. And the Bears will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line.
Yet another mistake after the interception there. And guys, you look up at the scoreboard, they just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at the 45.
A play fake, now Fields to throw.
Square button.
He hits Mooney going across the middle.
And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards. Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles, that certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long, and I would say that going along with that has been confidence. Because even if they had the right coverage, they've still dented them, and now it's been a real issue for them during this game.
Play call, play, Pastrant H, Patisi, Pa flood, Pa expos cross.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10.
Cross button.
One play action. Fields.
R1 button.
That's complete to his running back, Herbert. And he'll be out of bounds after his short pickup, as that's going to take us to the 2-minute warning.
So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 2nd down now as they look to salt this one away. Now it looks like he'll throw here.
R1 button. Square button.
And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown.
Well, Charles, just impressive in all 3 phases. Offense, defense, special teams have really done their job. And here the offense doing its part yet again with another score in the 4th quarter.
I know it seems like something we shouldn't do because the scoreboard does tell it all. But let's set it aside for a moment. This game was absolutely memorable with how they played it. Really terrific effort. Really well executed. Congratulations to them.
Suggestions. There are 8 categories. You have 15 options.
Now the point after try for Santos. And can you believe it? He misses another one. His 3rd so far.
Entering play call, special teams. You have 6 options. Kickoff left is selected.
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss.
And a short kick taken at about the 16.
And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Atlanta now coming out on the field.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A 1st down, a 16-yard gain.
This is where the NFL is headed year by year, partner. A league where just about everyone has someone under center who can get you with their legs as well as their arm. And we've certainly had a nice display of that from both QBs in this game. And that continued with that 1st down run.
Buying time to his left. And he takes us just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out.
The 2 big plays right in succession as this one goes for 27.
Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves. but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
Mariota now to throw on first down. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Entering play call.
Now they got to get to the line quickly. Throwing on second and long. Mariota. Throw out right, taken in by Patterson. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw and a good one.
He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And oh no, it's incomplete. Well, it's a touchdown if he holds on, but somehow took his eyes off of it, falls to the ground, and brings up fourth down. And we'll see Younghoe Koo now for the Falcons. On the right hash, it's a 43-yard attempt. Koo knocks this one through the post. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
Taken in at the 3. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. Onto the field now come the Bears. Well, they don't need to score here, that's for sure. They could just kneel it. They've got the huge lead late fourth quarter, but we'll see how they're feeling, Charles.
Yeah, we all know people out there who like to use every second of the clock, no matter what the score. And we know they don't need the points. They've scored in abundance already. Let's find out how they want to finish this ball game.
Triangle button.
Oh, he didn't spike it. He faked it.
Triangle button.
And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
I know we spent a lot of time talking about how the defensive backs read routes and make plays on the football. How about a good linebacker? Feeling the route, seeing the quarterback, jumps the play, and knocks it away. Really well done.
And they'll indeed take a knee.
Entering play call, clock management. There are 2 categories. You have fed options. Spike ball is selected. Fix spike. Cubing heel.
Well, fans usually love to see scoring, and there was no shortage of it today. What a dominant showing from an offense that was truly playing at an elite level in this contest.
Partner, this game was over a long time ago, and you noticed they did not want to slow down anything. Absolutely a dream scenario for everyone on that offense, and they took advantage of every second. Guaranteed popcorn for everyone in their film session.
So for Chicago, the win gets them a step closer to 500 at 5-6. And they'll get another road date next week as their opponents will be the New York Jets. Meanwhile, for the Falcons, they've fallen out of things now as they sink to 3-8. And they'll try to rebound next week on the road in Washington.